Hi, I'm Rich Harris and welcome back to Bring On The Brunch. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you a super simple prepare ahead brunch dish. It's my spiced poached pears with crunchy pecan granola. So the first thing to do is poach the pears. I've got some boiling water here. I'm just going to add caster sugar just to make a lovely rich poaching liquor. And to spice that liquor, we're going to add some cinnamon, cloves, star anise, and some vanilla. And just take the vanilla pod, flatten out, and split it lengthways. Take the tip of your knife and just run forward. Just take the seeds out. Drop them in. And drop the pod in as well. There's loads of flavour in the pod. And then some lemon. I'm just going to take a potato peeler and just peel the skin straight in. That's going to add a really nice perfume to the syrup and loads of flavour to the pears. And to get the most juice out of your lemon, pop it on a chopping board, roll it forward. That's going to burst all the cells inside. And then just squeeze it through your hand to catch any pips. It doesn't really matter if any pips fall in because we're going to be straining the pears out anyway. But for a full list of ingredients, check out the description box. Give it a quick stir, and we just want to cook it at this point until the sugar's dissolved. And while we wait for the sugar to dissolve, we can get on with preparing the pears. I'm using these Williams pears, which have got a really sweet, fragrant flavour. They poach brilliantly and turn a lovely white colour when they're poached. I think poached pears make a great brunch dish, and just by livening them up with a nice crunchy granola, you give yourself a real proper meal. And the lovely thing about this is you can prep it all the day ahead. So you can poach your pears a day before and just keep it in an airtight container and then just use it as you wish. My sugar is now dissolved and this is at a lovely rolling boil. So I'm just going to drop the pears straight in. If you drop the pears in as soon as they're peeled, they're far less likely to go brown. Right, so that's the last of the pears. So as soon as you've added the last pear, just give it a quick stir and then take a disc of paper, lay it on top, take a plate just slightly smaller than your pan, or you could use a pan lid and pop it in. Use a wooden spoon just to kind of poke it down. And what that's going to do is make sure that the pears stay completely submerged the whole time. You need them to stay under the level of the top of the water, and that's going to stop them from going brown. Take it off the heat and just leave it to sit and steep for 10 minutes. That's going to finish off cooking the pears, and they're going to end up beautifully soft and translucent. Now while the pears steep, we can make the granola. I love making my own granola at home. It's a lovely thing to have in the store cupboard. So I've got some rolled oats, straight in, some pecan nuts, and then some pumpkin seeds. Sesame seeds work really well, any kind of mixed seeds are great. Some sunflower seeds, some dried sliced coconut, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. That pinch of salt is going to really emphasise the sweetness of the fruit later on. Just get your hands in, give it all a bit of a scrunch up. Sort of squish up the nuts a bit as well, just to break them into slightly smaller chunks and really incorporate everything together. Add some vegetable oil, just give that a drizzle over, and then some runny honey. So just a good squeeze of honey. And then again, get your hands dirty, get in there, give it a really good scrunch up, just so everything gets a good coating of the honey and the oil. Now, pat it all down to an even layer. And that just goes into a preheated oven around about 160 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Every now and again, just give your granola a check, get in there with a spoon and give it a stir, just to make sure it cooks nice and evenly and you get it golden all over. Right, so I've just drained off my pears, and if you take a little sharp knife, it should just slide in with no resistance. So I know that they're poached perfectly. I'm going to set those aside and leave them to cool completely. And then my granola is just finished. It's looking beautiful and even golden brown all over. Now, while it's still warm, it's going to add some raisins and apricots. You don't want to add these earlier on because as they cook, they'll cook a lot faster than the oats and nuts and they'll tend to burn. So add them at this stage, give them a stir through. You could add any other kind of dried fruit, figs, dates, cherries, cranberries, whatever you like really. And then just set it aside and leave it to cool. So you can either serve this all on the table and let everybody just dive in and help themselves, or what I like to do is do a bowl of this with Greek yoghurt, our pears, to good sprinkle of granola over the top. So there we have it, my spiced poached pears and crunchy pecan granola. I know this tastes good, but let's get one of the video juggers. Alana, come and have a taste. Against your will. No.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Really good.
That sounds so surprised.
The crunch is really good.
Cool, thanks very much.
Right, I'm gonna taste
Easy one
it.
to make. Yeah, do, go and enjoy. So there we go, another satisfied customer. And if you've enjoyed that recipe, I hope to see you back in the kitchen again soon for another in my Bring On The Brunch series.